A core concept in computing is the idea of decomposition. This is breaking down a big problem into manageable components. We're going to be looking at a method of doing this using modular design, which is breaking down a big problem into modules or manageable chunks. What we have here is an example that you could use with your students, and it's a bit incomplete at the moment, but hopefully you'll get the point. So we have the idea of making a game. Your students given the problem of making a game. They break down that game problem into 3 modules. So we have a module for the interface, which is what buttons will be pressed and what do those buttons do. A module for the graphics, so what's going to appear on the screen at different times. And a module for the game code. Now notice, for our game code, we've actually broken this module down into other sub-modules. So we have a module here for the artificial intelligence, or the characters which are going to move around the screen. And we've got another module for the start screen. So what's going to happen on the start screen? How are they going to handle the user loading the game for the first time? And you could actually break down the other components into sub-modules as well. So for example, with graphics, we could break that problem into a problem, what are the graphics for the characters? What are the graphics for the player? What are the graphics for the background? So breaking this down a little bit further. Now, getting younger students to actually create their own modules with the programming language can be quite difficult. So what you could do is just get them to go through this paper exercise to break down a problem on paper into manageable chunks. And that's going to allow them to start thinking about the problem in a way that they can start to solve it. And then you could use functions and procedures to maybe implement some of the features which they've recognized with their modular breakdown. For example, you could have a function to make a character crouch, and a function to make a character jump, and a function to make a character move around the screen. If you were programming this, your functions and procedures would actually sit inside each of the modules. But it's a nice way to get your students really thinking about how they're going to break down big problems into manageable chunks using decomposition and modular design.